So, boys and girls, today in class, we're going to be starting to look at Hammurabi's Code a little closer, and you're going to get the introduction to the CER in just a second. But I have the learning target today. I can use various sources to understand and interpret Hammurabi's Code. So, keep that in mind today as you're going through your lessons. The question of the day today that we had for you was, have you ever heard the phrase, consider the source? Discuss what that means, and then go into your notebook and do you think that phrase, why do you think that phrase is important to keep in mind? So I hope you had a little bit of a discussion with your teammates about that and what you think about that. So consider the source. We say that sometimes flippantly, and what I wanted you to think about with consider the source is when you're reading something, is there some kind of bias associated with it? So when you are reading something, is someone trying to get you to be persuaded a little bit their way? It happens on purpose, and it happens accidentally, and it happens naturally. Of course, when you're talking to your mom and you want to spend the night at someone's house, you're trying to persuade her. You have a bias to get her to buy into that, right? You are going to only be telling her the positive things. I'll be out of your hair, Mom. I won't be eating your food. You'll have a nice, quiet house. And you'll tell her all the things that are great. What you might leave out in your rendition to your mom is that you come back the next day super tired because you stayed up all night. You are going to spend a bunch of money buying snacks before you go there, and maybe you're on more screen time than your mom prefers. So there's some things in there that you just don't tell your mom about, right? That's kind of showing a little bit of bias to your side of things when you present your argument. So today, consider the source. As you're reading through these documents with Hammurabi's Code, the first couple are just some informational things that somebody wrote. So you have to be thinking of that with your source. Who wrote that? Why would they write that? Is there any bias in there that I could think of? Or is it just straight facts? The next few documents you'll be reading and looking at are the actual laws from Hammurabi's Code translated from cuneiform. So those are a little more straightforward, but just again, consider the source all the time. We do this every time we read. When we read online, when we read in a book, when we read whatever we're reading or listening to, who is telling us this and why are they telling us this? So just keeping that in mind, that was the idea behind the question of the day today. One other thing, so separate from this, today you're going to start this process of going through different documents with Hammurabi's Code. I want you to know Ms. Richards and I decided that you have to work on the answers and thinking of the answers and filling out the sheets every single day we assign something. So today you'll get the questions for the background essay. You'll be doing that activity as explained in the next video. You are to get as much done as possible. I would assume completely done, filled in. You do not have to submit it today, though, because on the next time we get together, you will be reviewing those answers, and you may want to make changes. And that's going to happen consecutively. Introduce to something, answer the questions. The next day, review the answers, make changes if needed. Then get another introduction, then another completion, another review. So this cycle is going to go on for several days. Because of that, we are allowing the due date for all the documents together to be Monday. So you're going to have this entire time to be working through it, and then on Monday, that will be your final due date, and we'll put that in Google Classroom, and you'll see that. But you'll have all this time to work, change answers, work, change answers, work, change answers, then submit on Monday. That will be the final due date. Now, some of you are thinking, I don't have to do anything until Monday. That is not what I just said. That is not what I just said. What I said was work along with us and then have everything perfect and then submit on Monday for your assignment to be checked and given points for. Okay, that does not mean procrastinate until Monday at all. That's bad news because you need this information to write your CER. Okay, that's enough. I will be back in just a second with the video for the lesson today. Have a great day. I hope you like this lesson. I think it's going to be super fun to understand the rules from Hammurabi's time.